So believing that you can achieve your goals is very, very important. And a lot of us don't have that self-esteem, and we don't have that self-confidence, and I still struggle with it. You know, I've become a very much more confident person since I have accomplished so many things in my life, but you don't just automatically have that self-esteem, I don't think. At least I never did. Even though, you know, you can be told, I knew that I was an intelligent person, and I know that I'm an intelligent person. You know it somewhere in your brain, you know all of these things, but there's another part of you that it's like a constant war. It's, you know, the angels and the demons, or, you know, the good versus the bad, the whatever it is. But it's like a constant struggle inside for one side or the other to win. And what it all is that you need to incorporate both sides into a middle ground and be able to use both sides to your advantage, to integrate both of those voices into a moderation, and be able to moderate everything in your life, and to find that balance. Balance is very important, because, you know what, I'm not perfect, nobody is perfect, nothing is perfect. You know what? Everything is imperfect, I can guarantee you that. That's the only perfection you'll ever find, is in imperfection. So if you're looking for perfection, look for it in everything that is imperfect. Imperfect. Look for perfection in imperfection, because that's the only place you're going to find it. If that makes any sense to anyone at all. There is nothing, no perfection. Nothing is perfect, or ever will be. And it's all in the way that you think about things, and we all think about things in different ways. One person's right is another person's wrong. You know, one person's right is another person's left. Whatever. And I'm rambling, and I know that, but it's okay, and hopefully you're going to take away something from this little ramble session that I'm going to have with you. Anyway, I'm not even sure where the focus is here on this anymore. I'm off on a tangent, but you need to be able to go back to the balancing thing and the moderation, and I'm not perfect, that's what I said, and that's what I believe, and that's, you know, that's okay. And I'm gonna ramble into something else right now, because you need to get to know who you are, and sometimes that's really difficult, because, you know what, I think we're always changing, we're always evolving, we're always, you should be, at least. If you're a human being and you're living and you're breathing, you should be adapting, you should be changing, you should be doing lots of different things, and all of the time, with all the new information that comes in some way or another, and every person that you meet, you change a little bit. I believe that's just the way it is. And so it's really difficult sometimes to ever get to really know who we are as people. And what has helped me is, believe it or not, astrology. And so astrology and religion, they're belief systems, and you don't necessarily have to be a non-Christian or be pagan or be whatever to believe in astrology. And I know that there are so many different lines of thinking on this, and there are some people who will just think that is just outrageous to even bring that up. Okay, whatever. Then you can stop the video and you know, don't listen to anymore or whatever, or you can have an open mind and you can listen to me. Because what I know and what I have learned about birth charts and astrology and the planets and the, you know, all the stars, the celestial bodies, and all these forces, and I do believe in a higher power, and my higher power is the universe, I guess, the world, the universe, the everything that's around us, everything. There's a force, obviously, bigger than us. But anyway, getting back to astrology and birth charts, and basically what it is and what it says to you, because you've all heard the, you know, the signs starting in Capricorn, Aquarius, you know, Pisces and Aries and Cancers and Virgos and, you know, Scorpios, and I could name them all off for you. I could give you a description of them all. I'm not going to do that though, because if you're interested in that, then you need to research that yourself, and you need to find that information out for yourself. And I hope that some of you do that, to get a little better acquainted with who you are. And I have books at home, because when I started, and I've always had an interest, but a few years ago, I developed an even greater interest in it, and I started to delve into stuff and started to go, you know what, this makes a lot of sense, and yeah, this is right on me. And you know what, it helped me get a better perspective of my positive traits and my negative traits, and how to deal with some of the things that go on with my thinking. And I encourage you to do that for yourself. To actually, there's several different sites, and you can Google just astrology or birth charts, and I'm sure that something will come up. One that I really like is www.alabe.com, and you can get a free birth chart right there. And that's my little plug for that site. Free birth chart. They also have information that you can pay for. I've never done that, but you know, the free birth charts are definitely something to look into, and it's just a brief description of your personality type. And people just, whenever I come across people who actually even check into horoscopes and things, because a lot of people do, they read their horoscopes and, you know, they just whatever, and some of them are just diehard, oh, this is what's going to happen to me. I don't believe in horoscopes necessarily so much as the birth charts and the personality profiles that you get with them. But anyways, people are always going by their sun sign, and like, I'm a Virgo. I was born in August. The end of August makes me a Virgo. But I don't have all Virgo traits and tendencies. Not everything about me is Virgo, because there are different planets in the sky that rule different things. For example, Mercury rules your thinking, and Venus rules your relationships and your love life, and Mars is the planet for getting things and your sex drive and things like that. Saturn is things that you're tested in. Jupiter is how you will grow and different things. I mean, they all have different aspects of your personality, and it's not a wonder that it's really difficult to get to know who we are, because we really don't have any concept sometimes. We don't even think about who we are as a person, and what makes up our thinking, and why we do the things that we do, and why we think the way that we think, and what our you'll find even something else is really interesting is when you're meeting people, and your style of meeting people and communicating, and how sometimes you will just automatically know that you clash with a person, or you automatically hit it off and you're friends just like that, and you don't really even realize. Sometimes a lot of people, I don't think, realize that you clash with certain different signs of people, different people. And it's not necessarily just because of the way that they grew up or differences in that. I mean, sometimes it's just a natural clash because of the way that your thinking is completely opposite, and it's all to do with the fact that of the time that you were born, and that's just the way that you are. So anyway, that's my little ramble on astrology, and my whole point there is just if you want to get a better perspective on who you are as a person and your personality, and what goes on in your own mind, and with that lingo between the hey, this and that, and why you do the things you do, look into it. And don't just, you know, that's the first step, is to get your birth chart and to read the slight little descriptions, but there's so much more to it than that, and there are books out there that you can get. So I encourage you to, you know, look into it, at least explore. Because if you can get a better grasp on how it is that you handle things and why you do the things that you do, especially when if you're trying to lose weight and trying to get yourself healthier, and pretty much for anything, even in business and career-wise, if there are certain things that you want in your life, to figure out what it is that's holding you back, and what your strengths are, and how to, how to emphasize those strengths and turn those negatives into positives, because you can always turn those negatives into positives. So that's my spiel on astrology anyways, and I want people to